Start seeing more ads like this one on Cap Metro buses. The group behind them is trying to raise awareness about a type of testing that's happening at Neuralink, one of Elon Musk's companies.
Well, the group is accusing the company of animal cruelty while testing its brain chip product. So it's meant to eventually give people control of their smart devices through their brains. But as Maggie Glenn explains, Neuralink has been fighting these claims for months.
Protesters lining up in front of Austin City Hall Wednesday, calling for Neuralink's animal testing labs to be shut down.
We have two huge bus ads. These are 60-foot long ads, and they say, Elon Musk released the videos, what are you hiding?
The Physicians Committee says those videos would show how bad it is at Neuralink's California facility.
We believe that if people really see the real face of animal experimentation, they don't want it.
The group says it's possible to do testing without animals.
We have a technology, we can show that it's safer, it's more human relevant. So we can use human tissues, we can use human volunteers, microdosing, cadavers, advanced imaging systems, all of that.
But Neuralink says technology isn't there yet. While several monkeys did die following procedures, Neuralink's website says the monkeys chosen for the first terminal procedure had pre-existing conditions unrelated to their research. And those procedures then allowed researchers to develop surgical and robot procedures for non-lethal surgeries to follow. Still, the Physicians Committee says no animals should be tested. Their concerns grow as construction continues on a facility in Del Valle.
It's clear from public records that this facility is under construction and it's being operated by people involved with Neuralink. Whether or not that's going to be Neuralink's actual facility is a big question, but it's clear that they are building a facility that is going to house animals.
Maggie Glenn, KXAN News.
And Neuralink also notes on its website that it's never received a citation from the USDA inspections at its facilities and animal care program.
To learn more about the ads and Neuralink's testing protocols, both past and present, you can head over to our website, kxan.com.
All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who our land is drew from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today I just want to go into this article, that I came across, and it was published yesterday, about protesters protesting against, Neuralink. So, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. Excuse me. So I'm just going to read a little bit on this article and bring out a couple scriptures. And it says, on Wednesday, protesters with the Physicians Committee on Responsible Medicine lined up outside of Austin City Hall to call attention to testing on animals at Neuralink's testing facilities, which has resulted in several monkeys dying. Now, this is pretty much going into, them in their ads, but I'm going to skip down to this part here. And it says, Neuralink, owned by Elon Musk, is a company aiming to create brain-machine interfaces to connect humans and computers, essentially putting a chip in your brain to control your smart devices. And that's what they want to do. This is going into Revelation chapter 13, the MLTB, and this is what it is, a micro, word that I have highlighted, the microchip, CHIP. And it says, the Physicians Committee said if the public saw what was actually happening at these facilities, there will be more outrage. They have to restrain monkeys on chairs. They open their head, connect medical devices to their head. A lot of them die from infectious diseases. We believe that if people really see the real face of animal experimentation, they don't want it. Faraz Harzini, a volunteer for Physicians Committee and a biopharmaceutical scientist, said on Wednesday. Orsini said there are ways to conduct testing without animals. We have a technology we can show that is safer, it's more human relevant, so we can use human tissues, we can use human volunteers, microdosing cadavers, advanced imaging systems, all that Harzini said. But while Neuralink says on its website it hopes in the future not to test on animals, first, the technology just isn't there yet. We are looking, Slocky, we also look forward to a day where animals are no longer necessary for medical research, yet our society currently relies on medical breakthroughs to cure diseases, prevent the spread of viruses, and create technology that can change people. Slocky, that can change how people are able to interact with the world. However, if animals must be used in research, in the meantime, their lives and experiences should be as vital and naturalistic as possible, the website states. It also clarifies the monkeys that died in the care were a part of the first round of testing and had pre-existing conditions. Now, yes, it's pretty much going into the same thing, the video said, but pretty much, they're putting, micro CHIP, in monkeys, that brain interface, which is pretty much this, something, where they open up your head and attach it to your brain, so that way, you can control smart devices as well, That's the MLTB, the micro, this thing here. I'm going to bring it out. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 15, and it says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." We're just going to focus on that part right there, in their foreheads, because that's pretty much what Neuralink is doing, developing the mark to go in people's foreheads, to be able to buy and sell with that device, Verse 17, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And yes, that UPC, that Universal Product Code, that pretty much has 666 in it, And I'm going to go to, the book of Revelation, chapter 16, and this is verse 2. And it says, "And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image." So the people that receive this device, it's going to leave a grievous sore in their hand. This is a good example right here, because you can clearly see it's in his hand, it's in his right hand. But, pretty much look at the sore that was left by that device, by the syringe. Because you aren't supposed to, getting technology implanted into your body, your body is going to ultimately reject it. Therefore, it's going to, leave a grievous sore, and ultimately, it's pretty much going to cause health problems later on down the line, but pretty much, again, that's what, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16 is going into, the MLTB, and that's what it is, and any one that isn't in the know, that doesn't know, any new brothers or sisters that may come across this video, again, if you're just waking up to this truth, this is one of the most important prophecies that has yet to take place, because it's literally right at the door, Esau Edom is just waiting for the perfect time, to implement, his device, so that he can pretty much, get the whole world as he wants, tagged. But he won't, everyone won't get that device. Only the elect will reject it and be delivered from it. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, where I had this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. To the next time I say shalom.